Alright, it has been roughly a month since I got the time of 31:42 in the Any% Random Seed Glitchless 1.9 Plus category for Minecraft speedrunning. Since then, I have done so many runs, and too many of them have just fallen short of being the new best or even being sub 30. This run, I was convinced multiple times that I wasn't gonna get it and that it was just gonna be pulled out from under me. It really got down to the wire as much as it possibly could have, so I hope you enjoy. So I initially spawn into the world, and I don't see a desert or savanna, which is what you want to see, so I was going to reset, but I decided to check over the hill, and to my surprise, I see both. At this point, I was trying to find exposed stone, but that just had coal ore and andesite, which was useless, because I wanted to make my stone tools. And I saw what I thought was a regular cave over there, so I decided to turn around and go for it, but it ended up being a ravine, so I was fooled. I did a little head shake there in disappointment. So as I'm running in, I hear footsteps, so I knew there was a creeper inside. And I decide to use these creepers' explosions as an easy, quick way to get a lot of blocks. This temple had some pretty bad loot, honestly. No iron, gold, or diamonds, or anything really, just pretty standard stuff. There's a saddle, but I don't end up even using it. So now that I've looted the temple, all I need is a savanna village for wood for trading, and I go to F5 mode so that I can see over everything easier, and I find the savanna village pretty quickly. I quickly notice that there aren't actually enough houses in this village for me to only stay in this one, which is unfortunate, because that would have been preferable to get all my wood from the same one village, but there aren't enough good houses. Certain houses have the clay, which you can't really work with. So here, the golem only drops 3 pieces of iron, which is unfortunate, because I need at least 4 to get to the nether, with making a water bucket being 3 and making the flint and steel being the 4th. So I'm gonna have to find another piece of iron later on. Typically, in speedruns, you would use buttons instead of flint and steel for the village houses, because this makes the villagers angry and the Iron Golem mad. But 1, the Iron Golem's dead, and 2, I'm not using this village for trading because it doesn't have enough houses. So I'm banking on the fact that I'm going to find another village in the future, or a roofed forest or something, because this one isn't going to cut it. Pretty unnecessary parkour done there, and I even missed the last one, but it must have felt cool at the time, so. Here I forgot how placing blocks works, and how swimming works. So I see 2 villages now. The one on the left is entirely useless, because it was a plains village, and I don't need anything from plains village. But the one on the right caught my eye very quickly, because it is a savannah village, and it's crucial. Oh, and here, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go to the pirate ship, but I ended up going to it because I figured that the iron that I would get in the pirate ship would be worth it. Also, I'd only gotten 3 iron from the Iron Golem before, and I needed to make up for it, so I figured that this would be a good way to not waste too much time and get supplies quickly. And it had a pretty decent amount of iron, above average compared to most shipwrecks that I've come across. Also, I have 2 crafting tables because then I can craft twice as fast, obviously. So at this point, I want to try to get to sleep as quickly as possible because villagers have an annoying schedule and they don't really like to do their job really early in the morning. So I still have a couple more houses to blow up, and I need to do this so that they like get into their work phase before I trade with them so that trading goes faster. So here I get a little bit lucky because that is the ideal villager trade to get from the Fletcher. You always want sticks and arrows because those are the two trades you're going to be doing for sure with him. So here I'm making shears, and that's actually for absolutely no reason. I have no idea why I did that. Alternatively, instead of getting 28 lapis trades from the brewer person, you can instead do 8 glowstone trades. But I don't understand why people do that, because it costs 8 more emeralds that way. I guess I can see that it's quicker because it's fewer trades, but still, 8 emeralds is 2 more ender pearls, so that's something I've never understood why other speedrunners do. And here I'm enclosing the Fletcher so that he can't actually interact with other villagers and get distracted. I'm not sure how much that really helps, but I feel like it does, so there's at least that. So here I happen to notice that the Fletcher sells a very nice and shiny Power 2 bow. So I decided to bank my emeralds to buy that and replace my old bow, because that'll help with the blaze fight, or the blazes and the dragon fight in the end. So I went with that. It's at this point in the run that I have to make the very tough decision of, do I dig down to find a lava pool underground, or do I bank on there being one close enough in which it's worth it? Typically, it's more worth it to just stay on the surface and hope for one, because it takes so long to mine down to like Y level 10, which is where lava is most commonly. So I decided to chance it, and luckily enough, I was able to find it pretty quickly. So here I spawn in a wall, and I'm thinking to myself, man, it's over. But then I see in the audio subtitles, Blaze crackles, so that means I'm very close to a fortress. Unfortunately, in my headphones I can't actually hear the blazes, so I just try to find something mining around for a little while. Jeez, that only took an eternity. I still hear the blazes, so I'm trying to figure out how to actually get in the fortress at this point. The blazes now sound so close in my headphones that I can actually tell where they are, just based on listening. Dang, they're loud. I dig down and I see them. I jump in and it was a close call, but I survived. Because there was so many blazes up above, I wanted to try to possibly find a different blaze spawner, so I check down here. But I find a wither skeleton and think, nope, not gonna deal with that. And decide to just return to the blaze spawner here. Wow, are these blazes annoying. Luckily for me, they're not the only ones with a ranged weapon. What? One rod? That's insulting. Come on, RNG. Blazes so far and only one rod. How is this gonna be under 30 minutes? Oh, I guess that's how. 7 rods total, and I'm out. At this point, it's 22 minutes, so I know I'll exit the nether at about like 23-ish, but that's not ideal, so I'm still not expecting anything of this run. I'm hoping to at least finish, but it doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. At this point, I fall into the endless abyss. No, get chunked in lead, but I decide to go to sleep because I don't want to deal with monsters. The eye travels in the direction that I was already heading, which is pretty lucky and ideal in this situation here. My coordinates show that I'm well within stronghold range, so I'm hoping that it's underwater, because underwater strongholds are like the best, because you can see everything so well. What? I passed it. Here I start going off to the left a little in attempt to triangulate the location of the stronghold, because I already know generally where it is. Here, I try to place my bow, and it just disappears, which is really annoying. I don't know how to prevent that from happening, so I just decide to go on, because the shore was close enough. I realize by now that the stronghold is going to be somewhere on land, and my pickaxe is not gonna last very long, so I dig that to get another. And at this point, I'm pretty gosh darn close to the stronghold. Bingo, I'm right next to it. I drew the line with the dirt because I knew I'd be close. Here, I try to place my crafting table, and it doesn't place, so luckily I have 4 more wood, so I make another. It also doesn't place, and I'm freaking out, so I decide to exit the world and rejoin. In the rules on speedrun.com, it says that you're only allowed to exit the world and rejoin if a glitch is unfixable in the game, and I'm not actually aware if that glitch is fixable in the game. If it is, please tell me, but that's the only way I know how to fix it, so that's what I did. So I find the stronghold pretty easily. I'm still not thinking much of this run because it usually takes me around 4 minutes to do the end fight, so I'm like not expecting much. But I find the portal room so quickly, and this catches me off guard. Also, that silverfish committed suicide just to try to ruin my run. Very rude of him. Damn, what a shot. I wish I'd seen it. At least I heard it. Missed like 5 shots in a row there. Power 2 bow really paying off here. There we go. Free the end. At this point, I still don't think that I got under 30. And then the in-game timer updates, and it's 29 minutes, 59.9 seconds. If I had done anything even slightly slower, then it wouldn't have been under 30. That's a 0.1 second difference. So finally, after 2,227 attempts and roughly 2.5 months of speedrunning, I finally achieved my sub 30 that I had originally wanted. I hope you enjoyed, and now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna try to get sub 29.